The year the throne fall silent. In the year 2020, something happened that history books would never record. The world believed it was witnessing a pandemic. A virus moved across Earth like a shadow, closing borders, emptying streets, bringing the machinery of civilization to a halt. But beneath the artificial story, beneath the statistic, the briefing, and the carefully managed narrative, another event unfolded quietly behind the curtain of power. The thrones of the world went silent, and deep in the deepest chamber of governments, where power is not voted on but inherited through influence and bloodline, the architect of the modern day order began to fall, one by one, not publicly, not ceremonially, but suddenly, mysteriously, without explanation. The great power could not allow the world to see that its guardians were gone, because power does not tolerate a vacuum. So the contingency plan was activated. For decades, hidden laboratories had prepared for a scenario like this. In a secret vault beneath mountains and ocean, biological replicas had been cultivated. Genetic mirrors designed to not merely to resemble the powerful, but to carry forth their roles if a catastrophe ever struck. Clones, they were not meant to replace the original rulers permanently. They were placeholders, vassals, biological stand in meant to hold the throne until the true masters returned to reclaim control. But the masters never returned. Something went wrong. The very force that had begun engineered, some say to reset humanity, others say to reduce its number, turn against its own creator. The invisible storm they believed that could command slipped beyond their control. While the world struggled, the hidden architect of the age was struck by the same fate they had prepared for others. Hubris had written its final chapter, and so the clones were activated. They stepped into the light, appearing on television screen, delivering speeches, signing orders, and continued the performance of leadership. To the public, nothing seemed different. The world still had president, prime minister, kings, and minister. But behind the eyes of power, something was missing. Because a clone can copy the body, but it cannot inherit the soul. In the ancient mystical tradition, it is said that consciousness is not contained within the flesh, but an anchor in something far older, something spiritual, something cosmic. The rulers who once copied these bodies had carried ambition, fear, and comic burdens accumulated over lifetime. The replicas had none of that. They were vessels running on program pattern, fragments of personality, reconstructed from data, and the universe noticed nature has a way of correcting the imbalance. Without the original architect guiding events, the world began drifting into a strange timeline. Systems were filtered, alliance cracked, empire had once appeared, eternal began showing fracture. It was as if the story itself sensed that the actors on stage were no longer the original cast. The mystical whispers that the planet had entered a traditional era, and the age where old structures would dissolve, not through revolution, but through spiritual exhaustion. Because when power loses its soul, its authority weaken. Someone believed that humanity now lives in a strange interval, a period where leadership exists physically but not spiritually. Governments still operate, speeches are still made, policies still pass, but yet something subtle has shifted in the fabric of reality. The throne rooms remain occupied, but the kings are echoed. And somewhere in the unseen layers of existence, the universe waits to see what humanity would do now. And that old master, whatever they once were, are no longer truly steering the wheel. Why do I say that? I'm saying that because we have like crazy things. Like the reason I'm saying we have crazy things, we have this guy right here that is saying some off the Richter scale stuff. For me, it's a clone. It cannot be human being to say you're gonna wipe up a whole civilization, a 9,000 year old. You better you saying you you bastards. You better open this effing stray and stuff like that. Stuff that's not reserved for leadership. And basically, for me, this is a placeholder. It's a placeholder, man. It's a clone. It can't be human, man. It's not talking like human. And the people around it, they're not behaving as human either. They're behaving like clones. So we have a program that took over, and I believe it took over from 2020. My personal opinion, you know, mm, they had planned to go to hide in these mountains or wherever the hell they call themselves, running to hide off. And basically, they were going to give the planet stars, but they themselves are, for whenever the stars, they die fastest. So basically, they must have forgotten that part. Maybe they were thinking, okay, the way stars kill them off like flies, maybe they were thinking, okay, we're going to go hide in bunkers and then release it out on the surface and they'll die like flies. But unfortunately, before they can get their tail to the bunkers, they're ready to start popping off like flies, like poop, 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 poop. So they're not here, people. Look around. Now you do have people that know they're not here no more, okay? Because this is what you hear in the pushback. People like, oh, this you gonna see some crazy stuff. People, y'all living in some exciting time. There's many parts of the world that know that those cats are gone. They gone. They gone. They ain't coming back here now. Now they may have their little offspring running around here, they got a few little offspring, and you got a few little bad actors, a few little gang. That big gang. They notice that they're the first one who notices that run up in people's country, be like, hey, we're gonna do this. Y'all sign this and sign that. They were the first one that ran up all over the place like roaches. Because typically they spend most of their time trying to escape and avoid and make sure their little tails don't get arrested and realize, hey, we've been out here breaking into stuff. Where they at? Where they at? They're the first one like, where they at? Where they at? Where the goon squad at? And then after that, and the ones that pay watch out for the goon squad and them, but like, hey, the goon squad doing all that. Where they at? And them boys went and said, oh, they gone. Oh, that's what, okay. So it's like they went and let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Let me y'all living some exciting fun time. It's fun, it's exciting. Ooh. I mean, it's the way life was supposed to be. So let me talk to you. 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 Please like and subscribe. And this gonna go over the head of a lot of people that don't understand what's going on here. The movies, man, yeah. Yeah, don't get caught up in these movies here now, but they're gone, baby. They're gone, baby. So it's about to get excited. So let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. And I'm out your ears.